Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson hate Trisha Paytas. We all know this, but everybody thought they had all stopped talking about each other. Turns out Jeffree still has a few things to say. In today's Respill, we're going to be exposing the tea. Julia Fox is getting shamed for her parenting advice, Keemstar wants to work with Trisha, and Shane recently visited Jeffree and they were all making fun of Trisha. So let's dive into this mess. First of all, let's talk about Jeffree Star's new collection. It's interesting to say the least. The collection is called Star Wedding. Now personally I wouldn't wear that as a bride, but I guess it's as close to a neutral palette as a Jeffree Star fan is going to get. He'd recently discussed his new collection on Instagram.
Hi gorgeous, good morning. All the babies are playing right now. Hello you guys. Hi! How are ya? I can't believe it's already Tuesday. Can't believe it's almost time for Star Wedding. Everything is moving along so quickly and I'm so excited for you guys to dive into the Star Wedding palette. Dessert! Would you relax? Dessert? Who wants the Goofy? Alright, all the dogs and I are getting in our morning exercise. I wake up so early. And it is a beautiful day out. I am so excited. I logged in this morning and I was reading all the comments on the Star Wedding reveal and I was like, so happy, because when you launch a new formula with anything, it's always a little scary, but my green serum, I promise you guys are going to love it. It is absolutely beautiful. And then the liquid star shadows. I have wanted to liquid eyeshadow for a minute. I wanted to perfect the formula. You guys know I'm never going to put out anything half-assed, and I wasn't loving the formula, and they really nailed it, and I'm shook at how beautiful it blends. So sometimes slow and steady is really the pace you gotta do to perfect a formula. So I am so excited. And the Star Wedding palette, this girl, she's so sickening.
Do you think Jeffree's new wedding collection will be a hit or a miss? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. So Shane Ryland and the cameraman recently flew out to Wyoming to visit Jeffree Star on Jeffree's farm. For those who've maybe forgotten, Jeffree and Shane released one of the most sold out palettes in the world a couple of years ago. And then there was Dramageddon 2.0, and basically they kind of went silent for quite some time. They very rarely hang out with each other publicly because they know it causes drama online. But yeah, I guess they're over caring about drama anymore because Jeffree recently said this on Twitter right after catching up with Shane. Forgiveness is so important, but we also will never forget who abandoned us when we were at our lowest. Now, for those who've forgotten, when Shane got cancelled, he lost all his friends, except for one, Jeffree Star. Trisha Paytas is one of his besties, and she literally dragged him across social media for being besties with Jeffree, even though Jeffree was bullying her. Well, now that Trisha refuses to get in drama online because of her own demons, Jeffree has chosen this to be the perfect time to throw a little shade her way, knowing that she won't respond. People had a lot to say about Jeffree and Shane catching up again, and most of the internet has kind of forgotten or moved on since Dramageddon 2.0, and though Shane doesn't get anywhere near as many views as he used to, the fans he still has have forgiven him. But there's always going to be people who aren't happy with Shane. Under Jeffree's Twitter post, someone had said, "I want to be happy, but I can't help that Shane thinks a minor is... Ooh, why does he always look greasy? So much for taking care of his skin, LMFAO, and he's still unhealthy." Even Keemstar had said, "Don't even have to try to remember, everyone is fake." Now this is interesting because although I don't believe Keemstar realised Jeffree was subtly throwing shade at Trisha, Keemstar is out here defending Trisha at the moment, would you believe? This is because Keemstar wants to start his own little frenemies podcast with Trisha apparently, because he knows how well it would do. Unfortunately for Keemstar, frenemies is a long behind Trisha because she doesn't like getting into drama anymore ever since her own demons got exposed. Recently, Keemstar had said, "I wish these degenerate H3 fans would stop harassing Trisha. I'm happy she's happy. Y'all should be too. You can't blame her for wanting to keep her child away from creepy Uncle Ethan." Keemstar, I think, has forgotten why H3's fans are coming for Trisha. She literally attempted to ruin Gila's stressful pregnancy, caused Ethan and Gila grief for such a long time. Then when Moses got exposed for allegedly stealing his ex-girlfriend. Trisha made out like H3 wouldn't stop talking about her and wouldn't leave her alone. She's a hypocrite, and H3's fans don't like seeing someone who caused so many people pain and suffering get her happy ending and pretend like she's a saint and has never done anything wrong. So moving on, Julia Fox is getting backlash at the moment for a TikTok she'd made discussing how Montessori is very beneficial for children, but people kind of took it the wrong way and were saying she doesn't believe child labour laws should exist.
Hey guys, I'm just coming on here to remind you guys that childhood, the idea of childhood, the concept of childhood, was only invented in the 18th century. Prior to that, children were just regarded as little adults. That's why in a lot of old paintings, the children don't look the same way that we show them today. With the like angelic features and all that stuff. They didn't do that back then. And I think that the idea of childhood was invented as a way to just get parents to spend a lot of money on shit that kids don't. It's not really teaching your kid anything. You just end up kind of raising a kid that's like helpless and doesn't know what to do. I found that with my son that he doesn't care for his toys, and he is actually more interested in like what I'm doing. So I suggest everyone buy their kid a little mini mop, a mini broom, and start teaching them those life skills really young so that when they enter the real world, they don't have to outsource for everything and they know how to do things for themselves. I think that's really important, and
So under the video, people were taking the piss out of what she'd said. I bought my son a mop and broom, etc., and taught him how to cook and clean, but only because I wanted a live-in maid. But if it helps them too, that's dope. Someone else said, when my son was born, the first outfit I gave him was nurse's scrubs, and he's worked full-time in the hospital ever since. Julia obviously had to clear up what she was saying in another TikTok.
Oh my god, you guys are really acting like I said that kids should be working. That's not what I said. I said that kids need to learn skills. Listen, there's a reason why in public schools specifically, they don't teach kids trades or any marketable skills like sewing or building things or growing food or like, just basic shit, because they want to keep people dumb so that they have to go pay for it. And it, it's just crazy that concept is like so mind-blowing to people. Like, I don't know. I mean, just it feels so like elementary to me. I mean, unless you want to give your kids an iPad and then when they grow up to be addicted to video games, like all the fucking men in this country are, then what are you gonna do? No, and especially because I have a son, specifically, I don't want him to expect that women are just going to clean up after him and do everything for him. I saw that my whole life, and even in my own family, and that stops with me. Okay, have a nice day.
Julia is a queen and we stan. Someone commented, "Don't worry, mother, the real ones understood you." Excellent point with the trade skills example. So what are your thoughts on all the drama we covered today? Let me know in the comments.